So we're now moving to the next speakers, which is Bianca. She's going to explain about the fully online method at the ISS Erasmus University of Rotterdam. Over to the Hague, Bianca.
Yes, thank you. So welcome again, everyone, to this webinar focusing on the classes of the Institute of Social Studies, the ISS, for the coming academic year. Thank you all for joining, and also thank you, Nuffic Neso Indonesia, for organizing this, where we can share our information on the various topics in relation to the online education. It's a different year, like Katja always also mentioned, with the COVID-19 pandemic. So I will try to inform you as much as possible and try to clarify on the topics as far as possible, given the current situation. Let me see. Yeah, so the topics to discuss, let me see if I can go to the other. I miss a slide. Not. One moment. Yes, thank you. So the topics that I will discuss today are the classes of 2020-21, which is from September to December 2020 online. The tools for online education. I will also include a bit of orientation week and student communication. The online classes of previous term, the ISS building and the facilities, coming to the Netherlands, visa, a bit about our student support, and the ISS webinar that we had last Wednesday, and our FAQ on the website. So the classes of 2020 and 21. Our term 1 courses, which is from September until the end of December 2020, will be delivered entirely online. The upcoming academic year will be different from our normal academic year, but nevertheless, students can be ensured that they will benefit as ever from the academic excellence of the ISS teaching program and the commitment to the critical engagement with developmental and societal challenges of the ISS community. Over the past months, our teaching administrative staff has been fully dedicated to transforming the ISS courses for online delivery. We gathered feedback from both students and staff to their experiences with online education in term 3, which was from April to June 2020. This generated invaluable input for preparing for the online delivery of the first term and of upcoming academic year. And in this way, we will look forward to maintaining the high quality, the critical and interactive and multicultural education experience for which ISS is known of already for many years. And also, I would also like to say it's good to know that the MA structure overall will remain the same. The various courses will consist of a good mix of synchronous and asynchronous, which is live and not live classes, activities, sorry, and we will take into account the different time zones, so, and also the dynamic in online classes, the students' engagement, the connection and participation in conversations, the exchange of opinions and perspectives, and collaboration, and the need to avoid long screen time. The courses can have series of short videos throughout the week. So lecture sessions will preferably be delivered in a form of short videos. They will be preceded or followed by interactive sessions, Q&As, discussion fora, or other interactive activities for the students. The first part of the MA program consists of foundation courses in 3 main disciplines. They are, let me see, yeah, the main disciplines that are important in the development studies, so which is the economics, sociology, and political science. They are offered at 2 levels, intermediate and advanced, based on short videos and other introductory materials. Student will be enabled to make their course choices. We also have mentors, so that is a group of all academic staff members from majors for which the student is registered. We'll proactively guide the students through the process of the foundation course choices. And instructions on how to register for these courses will be provided as well, and the ISS will also register students for the obligatory courses. So that was a part of how a bit the classes of term one will look like and how we plan to organize it. Like I said before, the structure will be the same, and it's not that the offline courses will be just put online. We are redesigning our courses for the online format. So the second thing that I would like to discuss is the tools for online education. The ISS will use two main platforms for interactive and teaching sessions or activities. Zoom and MS Teams are for the interactive sessions. We also have a Canvas, which is our learning management system, the LMS, or a platform where all course informations and files include online readings, where you can submit your assignments, etc., will be available on Canvas. We also have Panopto, which is also an integrated system or tool that is in Canvas for pre-recorded sessions. I also have the topic of orientation week, so I'd like to share that a bit as well. So well before the start of the MA program, the orientation week, which will be online as well with a combination of videos, so pre-recorded videos, interactive sessions, and workshops, such as welcome orientation session, a workshop creating safe space, a workshop for cross-cultural communication and awareness. So currently we are working on a landing page for the orientation week for information about the Hague and the Netherlands will also be shared on this page. And also the pre-recorded combination of pre-recorded video, will also be shared on this landing page. But more information about this will follow soon. During the orientation week, ISS will make available online introduction sessions to these tools and platforms that I mentioned, conducted with small groups of students by an experienced staff member of our teaching support staff. We also hope to organize expanded IT support for both students and staff. Let me see. Next to that, we will make sure that students will be informed as well as possible. We are working on a homepage on intranet that is only available for students and staff with access to all necessary information. So it's like a student communication that we are working on with all the information that is needed during throughout your study. So throughout, we'll do our work in close consultation with student association Scholas and various representatives of the master program, which if we try to combine anything or create anything, we always do that in close consultation with the associations and the representatives. So I would like to move to share a bit about the online classes in the previous term that we had. That was from April till June. Well, I must say the sudden switch was challenging for both students and staff next to the completely online mode of delivery, new tools, restrictions on interaction, and the strict COVID-19 measures in the Netherlands. But we made sure to redesign the courses, focusing on, for example, the learning objectives and on maintaining the quality, the critical and interactive education experiences as far as possible. And must say this also led to a creative and effective new didactics and pedagogy. I can give an example, of course, of a course that worked with cycles containing a number of educational activities spread over a week or so, some fixed and even timetabled, and timetabled moments, but also activities students could do with when it suited them best. Each cycle included an element, and it would be completed within a deadline given by the lecturer. For example, a preparatory activity done by the student and submitted on Canvas prior to the lecture, either based on readings or a research exercise. The course had very short online lectures on max 25 minutes. It also had online group work. For example, these groups functioned as discussion groups for students to discuss questions they had about the course readings and or discuss guided questions provided by the course teachers. So the online environment offers plenty of ways in which students can share written work and engage with the written work of peers. It also offers, let's say, yeah, much more scope for engaging with students' individual learning progress. During this term three, it became clear that making online education a rich learning experience takes more time from a lecturer than delivering the conventional classroom-based teaching in his or her usual way. Like I said before, we also gathered some information from students as well, and some students shared that after a few weeks they could adapt to the new normal. The fears and concerns they had about online education reduced, while in term three, the previous term, our main priority was to guarantee the continuity of the MA program, and time for making the switch was very short. We still did our best to make use of the online technological advances and new insights along the way. And also, in some way, online education has given both students and lecturers more flexibility. For example, through pre-recorded lectures, which can be assessed and recorded at a convenient moment in time. And the various platforms we use made it more fun and interesting. Online education, in some cases, also increased to the communication with lecturers. Students also said, for example, that current students then have regular online meetings regarding their research paper. That made it easier for them with this connection. We are still in progress of gaining the additional knowledge of all the opportunities the new online education platform brings, and about the different approaches to teaching that work for the online programs. I also added a quote from a lecturer, which is from input regarding the online education. As you can see, he wasn't also too sure about the online education, but the connection and the support in different student individual learning progress went very well, as you can read here. I will not read it out loud, but I assume you can read it on the PowerPoint. So this was actually a bit of an impression of the previous term that we had. The next topic that I would like to share is the ISS building and its facilities. Like Katja also mentioned, that a lot of things are also unclear. We see things day by day. So in anticipation of reopening the institutions of the Institution of Higher Education in the Netherlands, the Association of Universities in the Netherlands, the VSNU, and the Erasmus University and the ISS are currently working on details of becoming a 1.5 meter university. As things stand at the moment, let's say early July 2020, in September, we'll be able to work towards a building occupation of max 40% and perhaps 50%, as we can see on the recent developments of Corona. Well, like I said, the recent changes in the Corona restrictions in the Netherlands allowed the ISS library to restart its lending service and also to reopen a modest number of study places for MA students. Therefore, a reservation system is in place for those spaces. But the demand is constantly monitored by the library staff, and spaces will be added if required and possible. In the weeks and months to come, we will expect some services to gradually resume. More information on these topics and possible new measures will be shared in due time. For students, this could mean more study places, meeting with MA thesis supervisor, major groups or peers, of course, with the social distancing and abiding the RAVM guidelines, which is the National Institute of Public Health and the Environment from the Netherlands. So this is just some quick information about the ISS and its facilities. The next one was also a question, coming to the Netherlands. Can I come to the Netherlands? Yes, student would be very welcome to come to ISS in The Hague as the late of August. I must say, please note that the coursework will be fully online for everyone. So there will be so that there will be equal learning opportunities for all students, regardless as whether they will be in The Hague or study from home at the first term. But I would like to share some advantages of moving to The Hague. These are that students will have access to good study facilities. You can think of stable internet, good student room, quiet study places, library services, and might have more guaranteed study time than at home, maybe, in view of other demands places on them there. In addition, now that the corona restrictions are relaxed, a great deal of participation in social events in the Netherlands is possible again, abiding again the guidelines and the max number of people. Like I think Katja also mentioned, the restaurants, the museums, gym. So everything is gradually opening up again with the 1.5 meter distance rule. So therefore, students could already start the experience of living in a foreign country, and if only partially, then experience the elements of the international student's life, I must say. The next topic, the visa. So the question was, will the ISS assist with the visa and relevant requirement? Yes. You are advised to contact the admission office. They will start the visa procedure soon. So admission office will send information about how to apply and everything. But the answer to the question is yes. But if there are other questions in the Q&A, I will try to answer them. Another topic that I would like to discuss is student support. The ISS also offers various student support services for the MA students. Student welfare is very important to us, besides our well-known and experienced welfare officer, Martin Blok, who organizes social events and is a listening ear for students. We also make efforts to stay in close contact with our students, including through social media. ISS has a designated psychologist, a diversity and inclusion team, and a counseling team of trained confidential counselors that seek to contribute to a welcoming, safe, and inclusive environment for all members of the ISS community. As of this summer, we also have a new international GP, general practitioner services, who will look after medical support for all international students in The Hague. Next to that, we will work on student bonding. This new, especially in this online world, online delivery of the term one, there will be regular major meetings. Each major has a assigned mentor, like I said before, mentor of all the academic staff, and mentees who will be even more proactive than normal during the online delivery of the courses. Also on the list, I have that we also provide career counseling and support. You can think of how to prepare a CV, preparation for job applications, etc. And at the Erasmus University, which we are a part of, we also have a department, career services, that provides students and alumni with tools and skills they need to launch successful job services, let's say. You can register there for several workshops now online, such as LinkedIn, networking, job interview preparations, application letters, CV, many more topics. So you can also make an appointment with a career advisor. Everything is online right now as well. But more information about this, I just wanted to share now, will be shared once you are a student here in the Netherlands. The next topic that I would like to go to is our webinar. We had a webinar, like I said in the beginning, for prospective students last Wednesday. And if you would like to have more information about the structure of the MA program, some general information, more measures maybe about information about the Netherlands, you can refer to the webinar. Also questions we have, I think maybe similar questions about the visa. If I cannot answer them here, you can also go there or contact the admission office. Pickup services, the housing is also addressed. And also we have a FAQ on the website for the upcoming academic year on different topics. Let me see. Yeah, so that was the last slide with information. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope the information was clear enough, giving you an overview and insights on the online
Yes.
application for the academic year. So I hope to see you soon online or perhaps in person.